We are thrilled to be here with all of you and hope that this is one of many successful discussions in the future. As Marty said, our goal here today is probably to be a little provocative, certainly be informative, but also to have a constructive discussion with you all as we move forward around these topics. So, why are we here? Why innovation? Well, in my mind, you all as talented and inquisitive and creative faculty already have the answer. Without it, it's just too boring. Right? That's not why you all get out of bed in the morning. It's not why we get out of bed in the morning. Change is inevitable, and that change is oftentimes labeled as innovation. Our purpose here today really is to think about, well, what does that imply then in a changing world as you navigate that balance of professional activities between research, teaching, outreach, all those things you're seeing in ECU's latest strategic plan as being very important to the institution. How does that translate down to you on a day-to-day basis? So if we make any contribution, I think we hope our discussion really is along those lines. Marty promised no white gloves today, and so I'll kind of kick that off. I'd say in most of my discussions with folks, what makes times interesting now? Well, I think the contract that the public has with public universities has been renegotiated. And in many days, we just fail to forget that. It's already happened. It's not coming, it's already happened. What they expect from us, what they seek from us in terms of creating value, solving problems, contributing to society, they've already in their minds made up the answer, and I think we're starting to see some of the ramifications of that. You all certainly live out every day the general disintegration of traditional academic silos. We know now more than ever that our disciplines collide, they overlap, they start to merge and get really fuzzy around the edges. So again, I think our point here today is to talk about, what is the nature of the evolving academic requirements? How do you remain competitive in an environment that's very dynamic in that regard? And how do you conduct your research, teaching, and outreach activities in ways that are mutually complementary, mutually reinforcing, so that the sum is greater than each of the parts. So with that, someone once told me it's always best to start with a conclusion. So before we let our speakers talk, I'll tell you I think what we all came to agree upon. At the end of the day, focus on the right things. And part of the key element in that is just getting out of our own ways, remembering it's not all about us. If we can keep that in mind, generally those right things tend to come into focus. Don't be afraid to be different, and work very diligently to get that to that point of yes, as we would describe it. I know there are several key administrators, Mike himself, here in the room, and I think there's a general commitment amongst the leaders here at ECU to try and move that administrative culture rapidly towards how do we get to yes rather than talking about barriers. So to all of you administrators here, thank you for those contributions. With that, enough for me. We have two very, very talented, accomplished, and well-respected individuals who really bookend a lot of the key points in this discussion, and I think offer us a chance to kind of peer over the horizon and have them report out on how things have evolved for them, and at times been messy, but at times been ground where great opportunities have come from. So welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to be with you all.